Hey, I'm Mike Reppucci. We got some whiskey coming off the still. This is the spirit safe we have here. This is the second batch actually of Uprising coming off the still now. This whole thing's based on boiling points, and we'll go through the still at a different point. But this is where the whiskey comes out right here. You see it coming out. And so this spirit safe is in 3 compartments. And what comes off the still is heads, hearts, and tails. So right now, actually, we're doing a stripping run. So what does that mean? Why is that important? Well, we double distill our whiskey. So most bourbon traditionally single distill. Well, we double distill because the still is made of copper, and we want the copper to pull certain compounds out of the whiskey, like sulfur. So this is a stripping run. We're stripping the beer, our stout beer. We're stripping down from 8% beer to about 35% alcohol. We collect it and then redistill it. And in the second distillation, that's where we make our cuts. So heads, hearts, and tails. So the heads that come off the still, they're the lower boiling points. They have some esters present, and they kind of have a fruity nature. I know we're through it when the green apple taste dissipates. There's a green apple taste. You're literally sitting here, is that gone? Is that gone? And then you're in your hearts. And there's really no like clear-cut way of, oh, you're through your heads. It's really more of an art than a science. And in the hearts, that's the base of your product. That's kind of the base of your spirit, your whiskey. And the tails, it's wicked easy to know when you're there. It's oily. There's fusel oils. On your fingers, you can feel it. It gets cloudy. So what makes us different is bourbon guys say, okay, sharp, astringent, heavy, oily, chuck them together, 5 years later, you got something good. Well, we had 200 consumers here, and we messed with you guys. We said, okay, you know, do you like this headsy? Do you like it tailsy? Well, they like really narrow cuts. They really like the cleanest of the spirit. We find that that expresses our whiskey the best, the stout beer. So we take fairly narrow cuts here in this process and only take really the best of the best. On the margin, we add some heads and tails. And it's important because heads, well, tails, for example, will add a mouthfeel to the whiskey. So for a certain age, it'll make it a little more viscous, maybe buttery. It says it has more mouthfeel if there's more tails. And then heads will add a fruity note, and it will finish a little sharper and a little quicker. So again, we take really narrow cuts on the margin. We might add that for the mouthfeel or for the finish a little bit, but it's a cleaner whiskey. The other thing that's important is we distill our whiskey only to 130 proof. So the average off the still is 130. We bottle at 80 proof. But that's important because bourbon, they distill to 160 proof. So they're stripping the original flavor of the beer. I mean, they start with corn, so it's like a light beer, and then they flavor their whiskey with oak. So you're getting oak up front. You're getting vanilla and caramel from the oak. Irish whiskey, they distill 190 proof almost. So it's like vodka flavored by a little lighter oak. Well, we're distilling a stout, so we're crazy if we don't leave that stout characteristic in there. So we distill to 130 proof and leave that character and take the best of the best, the hearts, so you can taste that stout beer in our whiskey. Done.